know a lot about golf.
Well, we're waiting.
It is time for us. Let the bells ring out, the banners fly. We are here. Those Weekend Golf Guys. I'm John Ashton in the studio. He, Jeff Smith, in the Golf Cave. Golf Cave 2.
Golf Cave 2, yes, sir.
At the Sagamore in Noblesville, Indiana, where he is also the director of instruction.
You know, Nicholas course.
All right, cool.
And tough.
You got a fuzzy
if
course.
If you had a chance to play that, I know I got a fuzzy course at Timbergate, and I got a Nicholas course at Sagamore.
Cool.
And both really good layouts. Yeah, really good layouts.
Very cool. Very cool.
Sagamore will eat your lunch, though.
Yeah. I don't doubt that highly. Everybody's eating my lunch these days. Oh, man, there's a few goat ranches around here that have eaten my lunch. It's pathetic.
Quit bringing extra. Right?
Hey, mistakes golfers make.
Oh, we got a lot of those, don't we?
A veritable plethora thereof. But we've got a couple we're going to focus on today because they are, in my own humble yet nevertheless expert opinion, probably the two mistakes that are the most detrimental to improvement. Would you agree?
You know, I can't disagree. I got this huge list of these things that golfers do that make mistakes, and these are up on the list, especially one of them.
Yeah.
Especially one of them. It's way high on the list because they're so diluted.
Yeah, I can guarantee that you've done it.
People.
You've probably done it the last time you played, and it is detrimental to you playing correctly. It is detrimental to you scoring well. It is detrimental to you having a good attitude about the game in general.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
Or in some cases, about yourself in general.
Yeah. We're also going to talk to a guy who was a golfer and started getting socially conscious, I guess. Good way to put it. He's concerned about all of the plastic. He's a beach guy, concerned about all the plastic at the beaches. So he now makes golf shirts out of plastic bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
It doesn't crinkle when you move. I was totally surprised at that, man.
You know what? I remember wearing mine. And I'll be danged. I walked around. I'm like, this feels like a normal shirt.
Yes, it's like soft and stuff. So anyhow, we're going to be talking to him. We're going to be talking about you specifically. Yes, you, right there. So stick around, listen close, because we're going to fix what ails you. When we come right back, we are those Weekend Golf Guys. Do not move. Hey, the PGA Tour is back. And even though the trophy's reserved for the winner, the big cash prizes don't have to be. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy game of the PGA Tour, is putting you in the center of the action with a free shot at a $1 million top prize with your first deposit. Just pick 6 golfers to stay under the salary cap and submit your lineup before the tournament tees off on Thursday. Then you sit back and you follow the action. The more red numbers they have on the leaderboard, the closer you will be to winning some green. So rack up points for pars, for birdies, finishing position, and a whole lot more. It makes it much more fun to watch. It doesn't get any closer to a major than this, with all the heavy hitters taking the course and $1 million up for grabs at DraftKings. Just download the DraftKings app now and use promo code WEEKEND to get a free shot at the $1 million top prize with your first deposit. That's promo code WEEKEND to get a free shot at $1 million with your first deposit. Only at DraftKings. A minimum $5 deposit required. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. For the past 90 days during the social distancing time and this quarantine time for the whole COVID-19 thing, we've been doing business in different ways, business from home. I do hope a lot of you have taken this opportunity to do business on the golf course. You should play golf not just with friends, but with business associates, customers, and prospects. There's a way to do it right, there's a way to do it wrong, and there's a group, an absolutely free group on Facebook designed for all of us who like to play golf for business to get together and compare notes, learn things, swap tips, etc. Facebook.com/thebusinessgolfcourse. It's the Back Nine Advisory Board is the name of the group. Go there and find it at Facebook.com/thebusinessgolfcourse. Business golf is a different type of golf, but it's going to do amazing things for your return on investment if you do it right. Facebook.com/thebusinessgolfcourse. You need to go there and join this free group and do it right now. Facebook.com, The Business Golf Course. All right, it's us, those Weekend Golf Guys. I'm John Ashton. He is Jeff Smith. And if you want to hate us both, feel free. You can hate us both because we're going to say something that may hurt your feelings. Are you ready?
Well, you're probably not.
Oh, I'm going to be with you, man. I got you back. I'm gonna not let you stick it out there all on
hanging
your
me
own,
out to
man.
dry on this
That's
one?
right, man. It's brothers in arms. Okay, here we go, dude. You don't hit it that far.
Not
Period.
even close.
Biggest mistake golfers make. You ain't that good. You ain't that long. You ain't that far.
It just absolutely floors me how many times I read on the internet and some of these forums that I'm in, and how many times I hear golfers talking, and they're all just sitting there crowing about how far they hit everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of look at one of them one time. I walked through the bar, and the guy was sitting there belting one out. He's like, "Yeah, I hit it 310."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just kind of looked at him like, the rest of us, we measure in yards. There's so many people out there that don't stand a chance
Yeah.
at hitting it that far.
I know, but
the
for some
truth
reason,
is that here's some truth. The athletes that I work with,
Mhm.
and the power that I can give them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can get them a lot, but there's this crowd of people out there who don't take care of their bodies,
Mhm.
and they just aren't powerful beings,
They're not built for speed.
and they're not gonna hit at 310. But there are some ways that I have people that I train, and we do some speed training, we do some rope training, we do some stuff with the force plates,
Okay.
and man, I get them a lot of distance.
Okay. Because by
But those are the people I'm
improving
working with.
But what you're saying is if you can improve your swing speed.
It sure is a big help.
Okay.
Then there's that whole center face contact thing.
Yeah, but I mean, even like me, okay, you have gotten me to the point where, especially with my driver, center face contact is the rule, not the exception anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were playing. Case in point, I was playing Sunday. Ego got in the way. There were two of us. Normally play from for lack of a better word, the senior tees. Okay. Play it at 5,800 yards, 5,850, I think was the total for those. White tees were 67. And I told my brother, I said, 6,700 yards, man, it's going to be a challenge. And it was. I mean, I could hit a great drive, beautiful drive. In fact, outdrove the other two guys that were younger and playing from the white tees all the time, and still had 203 to 190 for my second shot. And that's just not fun.
Play golf like that.
That's
right?
not fun, man. No. So the first 9 I went through, and I shot like a 48. And the second 9, I moved up. I said, I don't care about y'all, man. My ego has been checked at the door. I am going to play from the tees and make this fun. And man, they kept saying every time I hit the ball, they were going, man, you better move back, man. Because, I was out hitting them, but still a 398 par 4, I still have 160 in. Do the math. Yeah. It's 220, 205, somewhere around there. And it's like, it looked great. It felt great. It went far, but not anywhere near as far as you would expect it to be.
Right. Well, let's think about what kind of golf courses the average Joe ought to play. Mm-hmm. And in the length that they really ought to play, because you got to have fun at this game. And, all these clowns that think they hit it a lot further than they do, they're playing the wrong set of tees because of that.
Yeah.
And then they're not having fun.
No.
And then they don't play as much golf because they're sitting there and it's a struggle. So here you go. John, how far do you fly your 8-iron? How far do you hit it in the air?
In the air?
Yeah.
Probably 130.
Okay. So if you hit your 5-iron 130 yards, you multiply
my
that
5 or
by
my
36.
8-iron? Which did you ask for?
5
iron? Oh,
yeah.
That's probably 160 in the air.
Okay. So 160 in the air, right? Mm-hmm. Multiply that by 36.
Yeah. They told me there'd be no math today, man.
Okay. Well, get out your phone. Do the calculation. Think about that and go, that's it. So everybody out there listening, however far you hit your 5-iron, go multiply that by 36. And that's about the yardage you need to be playing golf to enjoy golf. So when you hit your tee shot, you've got a reasonable chance to hit an easy enough shot into the green without feeling like John was just describing. I just hit a pretty good drive and I still got 190 yards left.
Yeah. 5760 is 160 times 36.
Yeah. So there you go. That's about the yardage you ought to be playing.
And that's what the average around here anyhow of the senior tees, the forward tees, the tees in front of the white tees, whatever you want to call them. Right. That's the average. So it's usually somewhere between 56 and 5,800 yards for those.
Right.
And that's a beautiful distance, man.
Well, because then you're not making the same mistake that golfers make all the time. I hit it too far. I hit it this far. I can get it over the bunker. No, you can't. Not with that club. I mean, some of the guys that I see out on the golf course, here I am, and I'm working with people. And yes, I get to have my fun when I'm teaching, right? There's a little bit of sarcasm in the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
It's going to come out.
I know you're a little surprised. But, and they're sitting there and they got 175 yards over water and they're pulling out their 6-iron. The first thing I want to do is, go in and get their 5-iron and a tee and throw it at them. Go, here, try this instead. Because they don't realize that first, when you're hitting the ball off the ground, we're talking about the average guy now, hitting the ball off the ground and hitting the ball off a tee. The club goes two different distances.
Yeah.
They'll sit there and they'll go on this par 3. Man, I got it there on this par 3. And ball was teed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got it off the ground. And since they don't make that pure contact, because when we can prop the ball up in the air, we don't have to worry about the ground so much.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, the low point of the swing is not such a big issue, and they hit a clean shot. But these guys, hitting the ball off the ground, a lot of them hitting a little bit behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a lot of heat off the club coming in and goes far.
Yep.
Bloop, into the water.
Yep.
Right. So score goes high. They're mad. Then all of a sudden they're giving me the lesson on how to throw a club. And I've seen a lot of techniques work, really.
The other mistake that I'm sure you've seen a lot of your students make, and I've seen a lot of people I play with make, is that they hit a perfect shot. They take that 7-iron and they center face contact, beautiful swing, club face is actually straight when they hit, and they hit the tar out of it. And they hit that 7-iron, maybe 162, 165, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. Well, suddenly that becomes their norm.
Oh, yeah.
I can hit a 7-iron 165. Yeah, you can. Downhill with a 30-mile-an-hour wind at your back. Maybe. And that's the other
trouble,
mistake
right?
we make.
Because, see, it affects their game.
Yeah.
Because they're always coming up short of the flag, short of where they really want. They're rarely ever pin high anymore because they're not taking the right club.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they come down short into trouble. Let's say it's a front flag. Oh, yeah, I can get this one there. It's always go to the outer limits of the club, guy. That's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always go there, right? And guess what? The trouble's all short. Next thing you know, it rolls back off the front of the green into the water, goes into the, bounces off the front right of the green into the bunker,
mm-hmm.
And it costs them extra strokes because they're just not willing to understand over club, over trouble, boys, every time.
I would say, here's an exercise for your next round. Get out there, do your normal ciphering when you get out. You're in the fairway and you're, 156 from the hole. You've had a decent drive. You're in the middle of the fairway. You take whatever iron you say you're going to hit, pull it out of the bag, and then put it back in the bag and take the next one up. If you say, well, I'm going to use a 7-iron, no, I'm going to try a 6 on this hole. If it would normally be a 6, no, a 5. If it would normally be an 8, no, a 7. And then you don't have to worry about hitting it perfectly. You don't have to worry about hitting it hard. You don't have to worry about swinging fast, because when you do all that stuff, you screw it up. This is the voice of experience talking, okay?
It sounds like a grizzled veteran's voice.
It definitely does, doesn't it?
It does.
Doesn't it? Some tips on how to actually make that swing faster so you actually can get more distance. Can you do that when we come back, Jeff?
I can do a lot of that when we come back.
Then we will. We're those weekend golf guys. Hang with us. Hey, want to know how great a golf instructor Jeff Smith really is? Check him out. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. You know, anyone who has dealt with erectile dysfunction knows how awkward it can be to talk about it in person. Luckily, there is a simple, convenient solution to get the treatment you need without leaving your couch. Our friends over at Roman have spent years building a digital platform that can connect you with a doctor licensed in your state, all from the comfort of your home. Roman makes it convenient to get the treatment you need right from home. Just grab your phone or your computer, complete a free online visit, and you'll hear back from a U.S. licensed physician within 24 hours. And if the doctor decides the treatment's right for you, your medication can be shipped right to your door with free 2-day shipping. You also get free unlimited follow-ups with your doctor anytime you have questions or want to adjust your treatment plan. With Roman, there are no commitments, and you can cancel at any time. So if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, stay home. Go to GetRoman.com/weekend for a free online visit and free 2-day shipping. That's GetRoman.com/weekend for a free online visit and free 2-day shipping. Hey, the PGA Tour is back. And even though the trophy's reserved for the winner, the big cash prizes don't have to be. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy game of the PGA Tour, is putting you in the center of the action with a free shot at a $1 million top prize with your first deposit. Just pick 6 golfers, stay under the salary cap, and submit your lineup before the tournament tees off on Thursday. Then you sit back and you follow the action. The more red numbers they have on the leaderboard, the closer you will be to winning some green. So rack up points for pars, for birdies, finishing position, and a whole lot more. It makes it much more fun to watch. It doesn't get any closer to a major than this, with all the heavy hitters taking the course and $1 million up for grabs at DraftKings. Just download the DraftKings app now and use promo code WEEKEND to get a free shot at the $1 million top prize with your first deposit. That's promo code WEEKEND to get a free shot at $1 million with your first deposit. Only at DraftKings. A minimum $5 deposit required. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. Okay, we are those weekend golf guys. We have told you that you're nowhere near as good as you think you are. Because you're not, right? You don't hit the ball anywhere as far as you think you do. Because you don't. But now the good news. Jeff can fix it.
I can help you hit it farther. You know, here's the funny part. There's a lot of different things that I use. And this is going to sound strange to an awful lot of people. This stuff works. And it's training. I know, John. Look, I can see your eyes rolling right now because training is even a harder version of practice. Right? Now you're sitting there going, all right, he's made me chip. He's made me putt. He's made me hit buckets of balls. What next? Right? So let's think about the big keys to distance here. Big keys. And there are 3 of them. Ball speed is number 1. Write that down. Everybody write it down. Ball speed is number 1. Ball's got to be going fast. Okay, that's obvious, right? Spin rate is important. And the launch angle. So let's say, and John, we're talking launch angle as in it flies off the tee and at initial height off the tee. Let's just think low, medium, or high in terms of launch angle, right? It just launched off the club face. And if it launched up too low, guess what? It's probably going to hit the ground a little too soon, right? If it launches up too high, it's going to pop up into the air,
right, and hit the ground a little too soon.
Okay, so there is an optimal launch angle, right? And then we try to keep the spin off of that as much as we can because some spin is required to keep a ball into the air. So we can't say all spin is bad because it's going to spin anyway. But what we're trying to do is not have so much spin that the ball launches and then just instantly starts to climb as quickly as possible because then it just falls. So it helps a lot of people. If distance is your thing and you are accurate enough to score and you just want to step on the gas a little bit, the first thing people think about is club head speed. So they come to me and they say, I need to move my club faster. And I say, okay, as long as we continue to make the angle of the swing what we need it to make, I mean, it comes into the golf ball at a good angle to produce not too much spin, because the harder I hit something, the more it spins.
Right.
So let's say I was swinging at an angle that created a lot of spin and somebody just said, I just need to swing faster. Guess what? You didn't go farther. It
No.
just spun more.
And
right?
and that's the mistake a lot of us make when we try to swing faster and we wind up swinging harder. What we find out is that, yeah, maybe the club head is moving a little bit faster, but it may be off 1 or 2 degrees, which is really going to exacerbate the mistake.
Right. And that's where some people, interestingly enough, will say, well, all I needed to do was slow down a little bit. In that instance, when a guy is doing more than he really should do at that angle, and when he slows it down, it reduces the spin and actually increases his chance of hitting it a little closer to the club face because he's got just a little smidgen more control over it, he'll actually see better results. And then he'll go, ooh, well, I guess the formula is swing slower. Well, it was only in that instance.
Mm-hmm.
To be clear, there's a point where we're swinging, where we're redlining ourselves, right? You know what I mean by that, right? We're going so fast that we can barely control what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then all H breaks loose, and then all of a sudden we got trouble. So at that point, you've gone past the point of control. Now all of a sudden you're just terrible. And then a little bit slower gives you a little bit more control, and then it turns out better. So then the craziness is that's where people instantly go, oh, I just need to slow it down in order to get better. Slowing it down only got them under control, but they still need to swing the dang thing faster. We just need to make sure the angles that they swing it at are better. Mm-hmm. And the other part is to get ball speed, we got to hit center of the face.
Right.
So when people come to me and they say, Jeff, I got to swing it faster. All right, that's fine. But I will not let them just swing it faster on a bad angle and bad contact.
Because it defeats
because
the purpose.
I know why they're trying to swing it faster.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they want more distance,
right.
But distance is that thing, right? So here's the thing that I do to help people swing it faster. I give them little parameters of the angle they need to swing it. So some people, John, a lot actually, need to swing the club moving a little bit more up into the air, into the golf ball. So I have them, I got this little cool little foam ramp. It's a wedge. And I kind of put it where the ball is at the end of that ramp. So they can't swing down at it because they hit the foam. Try to imagine, those little doorstop things. You go to the hardware store and you go to get those little rubber door stops. And what if I put one of those just in front of the golf ball when the club comes in and it comes up that ramp, so to speak, and clips the golf ball? I've created an angle that works for them. Mm-hmm. Moves upward, right? And then I also give them a couple of sticks to swing the club through. So now all of a sudden they're going to hit it in the center of the face.
Right.
So swing it up the ramp, hit it in the center of the face. Guess what they instantly got?
More
a better
distance.
launch angle, right?
Yeah.
Better spin.
Yeah.
Or, kind of reduced spin. And center face contact, so the ball speed went up.
Uh-huh.
So I create that, and then I give them things to make it move faster. And this is where things get fun because I measure the club head speeds and I start where they are. And then all of a sudden they're looking at going, what? In just a few short moments, I can get them to swing it upwards of, on average, 6 to 14 miles an hour faster. And they just look at that like, how'd that work?
Whoa.
6 miles an hour is a big increase for a lot of people.
It's a lot.
But if I can get an athlete.
But I mean, 6 miles an hour is not only a big difference in speed, it's a big difference in residual or the resulting distance.
As long as the contact is
everything remains the same. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
as long as it remains good.
Yeah,
right. So if the angles are good, the center face contact is good, and I can speed it up. So guess what? One of the fun things that I do, like I've got force plates that I measure, and I get them to step on, do certain things. I get them to put some pressure into the ground under the ball of their front foot, real close to the top of the backswing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of drive into that foot a little bit. It's amazing what happens.
Really?
On club head speed. Oh, yeah. It's silly.
Huh.
Another thing that I do, it's actually a training thing. I have some rope. Regular old go to the store, hardware store and go get yourself some dock line.
Okay.
And a 20-inch piece of PVC pipe, a half-inch round.
Okay.
And you take that rope. This is going to sound overly simplistic to people, and they go, does that really work? Yeah, it really works. Okay, so I got a 50-foot section of this 5/8-inch dock line rope and a 20-inch piece of PVC. All right, I take the rope, shove it through the PVC, tie a big knot in the end, and the PVC becomes my golf club.
Okay.
And I got this big, gigantic rope sticking out the end.
Yeah.
And I'm swinging it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You know what I do at the end of that rope? I tie it to a stake and stick it in the ground.
Okay.
Right? And all of a sudden, I back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I am absolutely firing all of the muscles to swing a golf club fast. And I get them to swing it big forward, little back, big forward, finish high, little back, big forward, finish high. And all of a sudden this rope is going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And the body is doing so much work, John.
Huh.
It's actually exercise.
Now, would that work the same way if you got like one of those orange whip things or something like one of those?
It's different.
Okay.
It works differently.
Okay.
This one makes you burst.
Okay.
This one makes you explosive. Your arms are out in front of you. You're swinging this rope back and forth. You make this big sine wave back and forth, just whoosh, 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 whoosh of the rope. And you don't stop, right? Once you start, you just keep on rolling.
Keep going, yeah.
And you do 25 reps of these things, you're tired.
Yeah.
But you know what you learn to do? Make a golf swing that bursts, right? You're not taking up the top and stop. I've done that. That's another training drill I do. But nonetheless, this one, just, 50-foot section, 20-inch piece of PVC, stick it through the end, tie a knot in the end, and go get a stake and tie it and stick it in the ground. And then you're facing the stake. Like your job is not swinging it toward the stake. It's swinging it across between your body and the stake is straight out in front of you by 20 yards.
Okay.
And then there's this gigantic piece of rope in between that you're just swinging back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, making golf swings. And the rope is providing all the resistance.
Oh, that's right. Because the wave goes to the stake and then it'll come back to you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And you just sit there cranking this thing. And my gosh, it is unreal. You'll fire forward so fast. The sequence of events in your body, it works all the kinetics in the right way. Yeah, that's like the forces behind your motion.
Yeah.
Kinetic stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
How this works.
Sounds
but
great.
you got to finish forward, right? You got to go finish high. You got to blast right through.
Yeah.
It's unreal what I do. It blows people away on club head speeds.
When you do that, there's two big mistakes that I saw happen last Sunday that you won't make because you don't impress people when you do this. One is you don't hit the ball a ton, but have no idea where it is. Spent more time looking. We were playing with a kid who could hit the ball a mile, but he had no idea what direction it was going to go. We spent more time looking for this guy's drive than we did playing golf. And the other thing is we had a group in front of us and we watched them play and we saw how unaccomplished they were. Okay. I don't want to call them bad.
That is the nicest thing I've heard you say on this radio show right there.
Yeah.
We need to actually kind of keep a little snippet of this segment right here for posterity because that's a new take for you.
But I did watch them on a par 5 wait to hit their third shot of 200 plus yards because there was someone on the green. Come on, dude, you don't have a prayer. Just hit the ball. Man, come on.
Yeah, because that's the dude, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I got to wait. It's his third shot. He's 200 yards out. No, I got to wait. I can hit him. I know I can.
I don't want to hit into him.
You know what's going to happen. We all know it, right? I'm going to tell you right now. It's going to happen. He's going to bounce it off wherever he is, hang his head, and then somebody in the group who's like me is going to go, really? We waited
for that. That's what's going
to happen.
That's the way it works, man. That's the way it always works. Hey,
it is.
Hey, how about wearing a shirt made out of plastic? We're going to talk to the dude who makes it when we come back. Stick with us. We have a Speaking Golf Guys. Hey, want to know how great a golf instructor Jeff Smith really is? Check him out. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. For the past 90 days during this social distancing time and this quarantine time for the whole COVID-19 thing, we've been doing business in different ways, business from home. I do hope a lot of you have taken this opportunity to do business on the golf course. You should play golf not just with friends, but with business associates, customers, and prospects. There's a way to do it right, there's a way to do it wrong, and there's a group, an absolutely free group on Facebook designed for all of us who like to play golf for a business to get together and compare notes, learn things, swap tips, etc. Facebook.com/thebusinessgolfcourse. It's a Back Nine Advisory Board is the name of the group. Go there and find it at Facebook.com/thebusinessgolfcourse. Business golf is a different type of golf, but it's going to do amazing things for your return on investment if you do it right. Facebook.com/The Business Golf Course. You need to go there and join this free group and do it right now. Facebook.com, The Business Golf Course. Hey, want to know how great a golf instructor Jeff Smith really is? Check him out. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. Hey, thanks for hanging and coming back. We are those weekend golf guys. I'm John Ashton in studio. Jeff Smith is at the Golf Cave teaching people how to play golf. I'm here in the studio teaching people how to dress well. We have Tim Reddy from All 19 Holes with us, and All 19 Holes is a golf apparel company that for some reason decided they were going to make golf apparel out of stuff other than cloth. I'm not sure what behooved you to come up with that idea, but you have a shirt, and thanks for sending me one, by the way. It's very pretty. Feels very nice and soft. I can't believe it's made out of recycled plastic bottles.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. It's so it is a cloth. I mean, it's a fabric.
Well,
that is made by taking, thrown away, discarded plastic water bottles, melt them down, make them into chips, and then make them into a yarn. And then we get this weaved into a pattern. And since you have the shirt, you know that it's sort of hard to see on the website, but it's got sort of a waffle pattern on the top. With a flat back. And so that adds for a breathability, which is good. And there's a coating for moisture wicking. So it wicks moisture away from the body and antimicrobial too. There's a coating on that for antimicrobial. So it doesn't smell so much, which is a good thing. When, you play night, yesterday I was on the course and I had Eco Polo on and it was 95 degrees. I mean, we were sweating it out, but it's kept its shape and it performed well, and it's a great fabric, and people are shocked that it's made out of plastic bottles. So we're trying to do our part. Sustainability is certainly one of the pillars of our success, and we're always looking for new innovative ways to come up with products. In addition to that, we just released a new product we call the Sock of Champions. And the Sock of Champions, I'm holding one right now in a package, and it has 19 hole, a little green with the 19th flag on it all over the sock, which is really nice. But it's made out of bamboo, and bamboo is another sustainable fabric. But the beauty of bamboo is it has better absorption than cotton, and it's a thinner. It's not a thick like an athletic sock, but it's a little thinner, so you can wear it with a dress shoe, but you can also wear it on the course with your golf shoes, and it's very absorbent, and it's antimicrobial just by nature because the fabric, the bamboo, and it's moisture wicking. So I think they say it absorbs 40% more water than cotton. And you know that when you're washing the sock because it takes a lot of the water, holds it, and you dry it, it dries it out, and it's a great sock. We just introduced that last week, actually, Joe.
Yeah, I just saw it on the website, man. I'm going, wait a minute. I do have a question. When I saw that, the first thing that popped into my mind to show you how weird I am is, would you have to be careful of wearing those socks to the National Zoo to go see the pandas?
Maybe.
Yeah, because,
you might.
Yeah. I wouldn't get too close to the panda bear wearing anything made out of bamboo. Okay. I'm just saying.
Well, before we shipped you the Eco Polo, you thought, well, the shirt's going to sound crinkly, and then with the bamboo, it's like, am I going to get a splinter on my foot because of these things? And, it's really, really soft. It's, I have bamboo sheets, believe it or not, on the bed, and it's a super, super soft fabric. And you can make it thinner, which is nice. It's an alternative to cotton, which takes a lot more water to grow than bamboo, certainly.
I'm going to ask.
Bamboo is all over the place.
I'm going to ask. It's probably going to be a weird question, but got to keep in mind I'm a guy and I don't do a lot of laundry. Okay.
Right.
Does a fabric made out of plastic have any higher potential for shrinkage or anything like that?
No, it doesn't shrink at all.
Okay.
You just treat it like a normal shirt.
Okay.
We say don't dry clean it because we don't want the logos coming off of the fabric, but because they're heat transferred, and the neck labels are a heat transfer.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think that looks better than embroidery. But that's just a personal opinion. Yeah. But no, and actually on the shirt, those buttons are imported from Italy. I made a special point to get those buttons that match the contrast in the shirt. So. There you go. But no, just normal laundry, toss it in the washing machine and put some soap in there and throw it in the dryer and you're good to go.
Cool. Tim Reddy from All 19 Holes, our guest here on those Weekend Golf Guys. And Tim, which came first, the apparel business or the golf? I mean,
the golf came first.
Okay.
So I've been golfing since 17 years old, I guess, and periods of being decent. I mean, I think one time I got down to a 9 index, which was good for me. And now I'm much higher than that. But I have fun. If I don't lose a ball in a round, I'm happy. And I, play with the guys, and we have small bets, and it's fun,
Yeah.
And the brand really started off by honoring and celebrating the social fabric of golf, not only on the course, but at the 19th hole too. We understand that. And if we can deliver products that are key on sustainability, and we can kind of do our part to take some of the trash off the face of the earth, then great.
So was that a conscious decision on your part? I mean, when you started it,
Yeah.
you said, let's make this something special.
First off, we wanted to commemorate the 19th hole. And hey, it's fun. We want a product that will not only look good on the course, but if you have to go with your wife, girlfriend, partner, or whatever out for cocktails or dinner, that it would look good under a jacket. So, so we designed it to make it look good after your round. And then, looking at the sustainability, I mean, it's something that we always wanted to do. And it's not easy to find fabrics that really have a good sustainability story. And we're lucky that, we can make this and make it into a product that, I don't know about saves the world, but certainly we're doing our part to take, trash off the beaches. Because when I was younger, we didn't have a bunch of plastic bottles. I mean, water bottles were just not around. You'd have a glass and you drink water out of a glass.
Yeah.
And now it seems like they're all over the place, and people buy cases and cases of water in 16-ounce bottles. It's great to recycle them. That it's sort of trying to do our part to take these things off the beaches out of landfills.
Exactly. I mean, there's so much plastic in the oceans itself that's, landfills, and plastic does not degrade biologically.
No.
So,
well, we ship when you got your package. If you recall, it was a recycled. Well, it's a biocompostable shipper. So it's made out of cornstarch. And I don't know if you noticed, but it smells sweet. It smells like sugar, and that thing, it disappears in like 18 months in a landfill. So if you throw it away, great, it'll disappear. But if you recycle it, it just vaporizes. It's incredible stuff, and it's always nice to find green products. And we're always sniffing around for something new.
Yeah. Have you gotten any environmental awards yet or anything for this?
No, we're way too new for that. Okay. But we're in touch with a lot of people, and we're thinking about different weaves with different materials, all maintaining the sustainability thing. So we haven't stopped. The R&D continues on, and it will, and we'll always be looking for new ways to make products that don't harm the environment as best we can, but still, perform well. I mean, it has to perform well, or no one's going to buy it. So
definitely.
And these shirts, I don't know if you've played around a golf in it yet or not. I did, yesterday, and I have, people, the newcomers that have bought the product, as we just started shipping it a couple of months ago. It performs well. So we're excited about it, and we make them on men's size. We make them from small to 2XL. Now we can probably go bigger if we need to, but that's the thing. And most of what we shipped is large, extra large, and double XLs. Because we've had a couple of NFL players or retired players, I think, that are golfers that like linebackers, and they're wearing them, and they wrote a quick review of it, and he says he loves it. He's in Florida, it's hot and humid in Florida, and he's like, I love this thing, and that's great. So.
Yeah,
so we're excited about it. We want to spread the word. We're a small company now, but
sure.
We have a plan on growing, and we have plans for success, and we have some real capital money coming behind us, and we're going to make a push here.
That's great. Is white right now the only color? Going to be any other colors available?
Right now we're in a production build. I have black. Okay. So we have a black it's going to be a white contrast. So like on your shirt, I don't know if I shipped you the black contrast or the white contrast.
It was a white.
Sorry, the blue. Blue or black?
Blue. Looks good.
Yeah. So this one, we're building a black shirt that'll have a white contrast. And we might have to come up with some other colors down the road. But primarily right now, it's either a white main body or a black main body. And in the summer, I don't know how many people will be wearing black. At night, it looks good. It's a good looking shirt. So we'll have that. And then we might introduce some more contrast colors with the white, primarily, the mostly white shirt, add some contrast colors in. And we might come up with some other colors down the road. But right now, the main body will be either black or white.
Yeah. And I mean, they look great, man. They look great and they feel great. Yeah. And I did wear it 2 days ago, played, and it was, 82 degrees or like 90% humidity here. So
okay,
it did its job really well.
Awesome.
It
Love
really
it.
Did. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So, all right, Tim Reddy, All 19 Holes is the name of the company. We've got about a minute left. I'm going to turn it over to you. Shameless self-promotion, Tim. How do people find you?
Well, you can order our shirts. We have we've introduced the what we call the Sock of Champions, and we have a special for Father's Day. So you can buy one pair for $15, or you can buy 3 pairs for $39, and that's our promotion. We have it in stock, and we ship from Southern California. So if anybody wants to buy something for a father out there, that would be a good one. We also have inventories of white shirts with black contrast and the blue contrast, and then we will have the black shirt coming in prior to Father's Day. So it'll be black with a white contrast. So that'll be in inventory too. So we're ready to go. You can order these on all19holes.com. It's real simple. You can do PayPal or put a credit card in there, and we ship within a couple of days. And domestically, we include at $50 or more orders, we ship for free domestically in the U.S. So that's it. We're ready to go. We're excited to get our products out in the market, and with help from people like you, John and Jeff, we'd like to share in the success, and make this happen and live on with the sustainability idea, which we like a lot.
So when you get to the website, Tim, which one you the one on the left or the right?
I'm neither one of them. These guys are
shy, huh?
These two are brothers, actually. They're friends of mine, and they're golfing sharks.
Okay, the things guys will do for free shirts, huh?
Well, no, they paid.
Real good friends.
Well, they're supporting the brand, but these are a couple of buddies of mine. They're actually brothers, good guys, and we've shared many of scotches and a whiskey or a beer or two with them and played rounds of golf. So they're good guys, and we have a lot of good people supporting the brand. And we have a Instagram account. It's All 19 Golf, and we have a photo of a beautiful lady wearing our ladies version, which we haven't introduced yet, but we will very soon. And you can see kind of our blog on Instagram, All 19 Golf. And to order, it's all19holes.com. And I appreciate all this time, John. And, we'll have to get you a pair of the Sock of Champions, see how you like it.
That'll be great. That'll be fantastic. Cool. Tim
Great.
Reddy, All 19 Holes. You can get him at all19holes.com. And he is not one of the guys in the picture on the top of the website. It's kind of disappointing. But anyway.
That's good.
All right, Tim. Hey, go out. Make some more shirts, play some more golf, have some more fun, and we'll talk to you again sometime soon here on those Weekend Golf Guys.
John, thank you very much for your time. Have a great week.
You too, man. Hey, the PGA Tour is back. You know that, right? This weekend coming up, we've got a full weekend of PGA Tour action. How much fun is it going to be with no one there to watch? Well, you're going to be home, you're going to watch, and we're going to put you right in the center of the action, too, because I'm going to give you a free shot at $1 million. That's right. Easy to play. It's from DraftKings. Check them out. Just pick 6 golfers. Stay under the salary cap. Submit your lineup before the tournament tees off on Thursday. Then sit back and follow the action. The more red numbers they have on a leaderboard, the closer you will be to winning some green. You can rack up points for pars, for birdies, finishing position, and a whole lot more. So many ways to play. And it doesn't get any closer to a major than this, with all the heavy hitters taking the course and $1 million up for grabs at DraftKings. So you want to go download the DraftKings app right now. Use the promo code WEEKEND. You will get a free shot at $1 million top prize with your first deposit. $1 million. That's promo code WEEKEND to get a free shot at $1 million with your first deposit. It's only at DraftKings. Now, there's a minimum $5 deposit required. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. Hey, the PGA Tour is back. And even though the trophy's reserved for the winner, the big cash prizes don't have to be. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy game of the PGA Tour, is putting you in the center of the action with a free shot at a $1 million top prize with your first deposit. Just pick 6 golfers to stay under the salary cap and submit your lineup before the tournament tees off on Thursday. Then you sit back and you follow the action. The more red numbers they have on the leaderboard, the closer you will be to winning some green. So rack up points for pars, for birdies, finishing position, and a whole lot more. It makes it much more fun to watch. It doesn't get any any closer to a major than this with all the heavy hitters taking the course and $1 million up for grabs at DraftKings. Just download the DraftKings app now and use promo code WEEKEND to get a free shot at the $1 million top prize with your first deposit. That's promo code WEEKEND to get a free shot at $1 million with your first deposit. Only at DraftKings. A minimum $5 deposit required. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. Hey, want to know how great a golf instructor Jeff Smith really is? Check him out. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. And we're back for a few minutes yet. Those Weekend Golf Guys, John Ashton here, Jeff Smith at the Sagamore, Noblesville, Indiana. This just sounds like a classy place, man.
It's a pretty good track. Yeah. The people there are pretty nice. I like it a lot up there.
I just wanted to go, but one thing that I was going to say, but I didn't back when you were talking about the 3 keys to distance. This is another reason why it's a good idea to get fit for a club.
Yeah.
Because that's what basically the guy, Kevin, over at Club Champion was checking me out for. I didn't swing any faster. My swing speed was very much constant no matter what driver I was using.
I have a question for you. When you were swinging that and they were measuring your club head speed, were they using a radar launch monitor? Were they using a radar gun? Were they using an hourglass? What were they using?
They're using TrackMan. Hourglass. Bite me.
Sundial.
But the ball speed picked up. The spin rate was changed and the launch angle changed. And those are what you say, the 3 keys. My swing was the same, but I got more distance because of the improvements in various and sundry ones of those 3 key things. So go get fit. Another reason, go get fit. Yeah. You can get more distance. Can you get more distance by using a different ball?
You can. Okay. There's some balls that spin a little bit too much for people. Mm-hmm. And if you can reduce that, that's great. But here's the thing. It'll roll out more.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. You still got to stop it on the green.
Yeah.
So make sure you play a different game into the green. So, it kind of, the ball that doesn't spin off the tee still really doesn't spin a whole lot off these little short, soft wedges. And so you got to play a different game. So it kind of takes away some shots.
Yeah.
Like a little high, soft spinner that you might need. You're not going to get it.
Right. Play a different ball. I don't have people watching me play like they do in a PGA Tour. So if I were to, pull the top flight out for a drive, and then, pull the Pro V1 out for getting close to nobody's going to know. I'm just saying, I'm not suggesting you cheat. No, I am not suggesting that.
Yes, he is.
I'm just saying that for the most part, nobody will notice. Nobody.
Nobody you play with.
That's true.
I'll do it.
ThoseWeekendGolfGuys.com. Check us out. Facebook.com/golfguys. Follow us. JeffSmithGolfInstruction.com. Go there and get mo better. Pick the right tees. And go play some golf. For this week's bonus content, we returned to 3 years ago. First weekend in June of 2017 with a conversation from our favorite golfing couple, Diane and Art. Those Weekend Golf Guys, we are powered by Golf Talk America. By the way, you got to check out the new Golf Talk America network on audioboom.com. Listen, follow, like, do all that stuff. Facebook.com/Golf Guys, like us there. Follow us on Twitter at WKND Golf Guys, and go to audioboom.com and look up Those Weekend Golf Guys and listen anytime you want to. It's an on-demand world. You don't have to wake up early on Saturday morning to hear us now. Listen when you feel like it. Okay, Diane Williamson, Art Decker, a couple that golfs together. That was your first big mistake. Here in studio with us here, we are talking about couples golf. And if Diane got substantially better, would you be happier, or would that put more pressure on you to do the same thing, Art?
No, I'd be much happier.
Okay.
For her.
For her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's all about her.
It is.
You were one of those totally selfless males.
Of course.
Yes.
He's hiding the fact that if she's happier about golf, then he gets to play more.
Well, that's true.
Absolutely.
That's true. And we all know when Mama's happy, everybody's happy, and no matter what situation you're in. But that is true. Should she become more enthralled with golf, it's whenever it's free, it's, hey, let's go play golf. Not, hey, honey, can I go play golf all right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty cool about it, though. I'm not that person that is like, oh, he's playing golf all day and he needs to cut the grass.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that person. I'll go cut the grass myself.
No, yeah, you're like, let's get the grass and go.
Yeah.
You want to join it, or the grass can wait.
Or the grass can wait.
Right.
No, I'm pretty. Actually, I think as far as the golfing is concerned, you know, now that I'm not stomping around and breaking my clubs when I make a bad swing anymore, I stopped being unpleasant on the golf course.
Well, that's good. Now, was that a conscious effort, or was that just something that came with not hitting so many bad shots?
It was maybe a little bit of both. He actually said one time to me, and we were at Quail Chase, and he looked at me and was like, man, it's just no fun playing with you. And that really resonated because I don't want to be no fun.
Yes, sir.
So I think that he goes and plays a lot. He'll get up in the morning and go play, you know, before he'll, you know, go to work or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You play a lot.
You do.
You do.
Yeah. It's great when you can, man.
Yeah, I don't seem to be getting any better, though.
Okay. We address that here a lot.
But it's fun.
Jeff, I think it's time for you to bring up the terrible P word.
You know, John has really avoided this for quite some time, and now he's advocating that I bring this up, which makes me wonder how many other things about you is Diane able to change in about 30 seconds? Because here she is. She sits in the studio. She starts talking about golf, and you're sitting there going, yeah, let's get her to practice. What the heck are you talking about?
That was the terrible P word.
That's what she should be doing. Everybody needs to be doing it so they get better.
Well,
it wasn't a terrible P word.
I wasn't talking about her doing the terrible P word. I was talking about Art doing the terrible P word because it sounds like he does the same thing that most of us do who love golf and don't have a whole lot of time to dedicate to it, is that we play rather than going out and practicing. Because practicing means that we have to give up a day of playing. That on paper, that's how it works. In practice, that's not necessarily how it comes out.
That way. How about a thought where you could actually go practice for 2 hours and play for 2 hours, spend the same amount of time, and you actually got better instead of just playing for 4 hours? You see how easy that can be? That's the same time frame. It's just a matter of how you write it on paper, that other P word.
Tell the guys what you say about going to the driving range that is almost walking distance from the house. Every time I suggest it.
I don't want to spend the same amount of money on a bucket of balls that I could walk 9 or ride 9 for it where I play.
Yeah.
It's just, I'd rather go play and get my practice on the course and hit a bucket of balls.
There you go.
See, that seems counterintuitive to me.
Actually, there is something to be said for practice on the course. But if you do practice on the course, actually practice instead of just playing and calling that practice. So let's say that you go out to the golf course and there's nobody else around. And you hit 2 or 3 shots off the tee. You hit 2 or 3 shots from different locations into the green. Now, all of a sudden, you could call that practice because you're hitting more than one shot. You're trying different scenarios. You're pitching around the greens. But if you're just going out to play, I'm not thinking that you're actually going to get better just because you're playing. Because the evidence of the people who don't actually do things to get better, they really don't. They just keep playing and they stay the same. And then they finally go from 20 years of playing and then they come to me and I make them better in 15 minutes and they go, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. Like, because they had the mentality of, well, if I show up to the golf course, that's actually practice. No, it's really not.
Spoken
practice.
Like a true guy who makes $100 an hour teaching people how to play golf.
Nice commercial, Jeff. If you need someone to voice that commercial for you, I'm available for $200 an hour.
There you go.
Right. I usually play 2 or 3 balls when no one's around, and then you know, off the tee, and then from the fairway, and then green, and then I'll score my lowest one.
Yeah,
so, you know,
that's right.
Right.
I shot at 12.
Right. Took me 4 balls to do it.
I played 9 holes. No, but I'm a big advocate of people actually practicing while they're on the golf course, as long as they're not holding up anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta throw that statement out there loud and clear.
Right.
For all those listening to us. Jeff said, hey, it was great to go practice on the golf courses. Don't hold anyone up.
Right. Yeah.
We're advocating fast play. So when you go do it when no one else is around.
Right.
No one's behind you. It won't matter.
You know, I mean, when?
Whatever it happens to be.
Well, our little golf courses, you know, we can sneak in there pretty easily, you know.
Yeah.
So
hey, you know, there's a lot of golf courses out there where 3:00 on a Sunday afternoon is a slow time.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
you
true.
just ask the golf course when it's slow, and then go play when it's really slow.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you've got time to hit 2 or 3 shots, and play the shots that you would occasionally have to play, like when you go into the trees to find your first ball, hit it out and then throw down another one.
Yeah.
So that you get yet another ball of practice. Not just because you have to, John, because you didn't do the first one well, but do the first one well and then do it a second time.
John, how many balls did you lose over at Quail Chase the other day? Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah. You want to tell him what that?
Yeah.
John, I can.
And it was the hand gesture on the left hand, not the hand gesture on the right hand that I was making.
Yeah. Right,
0 was the number, Jeff. 0.
Okay.
I was feeling the love.
Yeah.
That's what was happening. I was
I
feeling the
should
love,
hope
John.
so.
I could tell you were pointing in my direction.
And if you can't hear it, I'll turn it up for you. All righty then. Okay. So, do you practice?
No.
Do you ever go over to that driving range that's within walking distance of your house and
No.
hit a large bucket of balls?
No, I do not.
Good
I have
question.
not. And that is a good
I
question.
guarantee you she will after she comes and visits me. I will convince her
I will.
of how good she can be if she does.
Okay.
We've actually gone to that driving range maybe once or twice, and I think one time I just sat and watched him, because it was, and I was surprised. Actually, I think twice. The second time I actually practiced a little bit, but that's just, I don't. It's fun. I just don't want to go by myself. I don't want. For me, it would be a fruitless exercise to go and swing badly over and over and over
That's
again.
true. That's true.
So I'm not going to go spend the money to ingrain my bad habits.
Right.
So until I go see Jeff.
Yeah. In order to practice, you need to learn something to practice.
Right. I have nothing to practice except a bad swing.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. Hey, Jeff, I got to tell you, I got a friend. We used to work together in a couple different markets. In fact, one of them, I believe he was in Raleigh, and then he went down to, I think he went down to Charlotte. I think he actually worked at our station in Charlotte, WSIC, station that we were on, back in the 80s. So nobody's going to remember him. Steve Anthony was his name, just in case. But anyhow, he now lives in New England. I mean, he's one of those friends that we've kept in touch with, and you can kind of pick up a conversation even though you haven't talked to him for 2 years or whatever. Told him I was going to be in Maine next week, and he said, great, let's come up. So he's coming up. And being that he was in the Carolinas for about 10 years, by law, he had to learn how to play golf, I believe, Jeff. Isn't that the law in the Carolinas?
It is.
You live
because
here,
if you
play
don't
golf.
play golf when you're in the Carolinas, then that puts you in the tobacco industry.
Oh, yeah.
Or the peanut industry where they do a lot of boiled peanuts down there.
I got you. Okay, so anyhow, he learned to play golf. So that's another thing now we have in common. So he was like, I'll bring my sticks up and we'll play golf. I said, fine, that'll be great. We played last time we got together up in Maine. So we're going to Maine, and I'm kind of like laying out the design in the back of the car as what everything's going to go for packing. And I said, well, I'll put my clubs in first. And my wife was, your what? And I said, my golf clubs. And she said, you're not taking those into Maine? And I went, but Jim's coming up.
You want me to rent them?
And she said, I don't care what you're going to do. Borrow some if you have to, but you're not taking these clubs in this car. And she's like that. She's mean. So I got smart, man. I called those golf overnight guys. Mm-hmm. $44.
Get them shipped.
They are going to pick them up at my house tomorrow, and they will be at the Biddeford Saco Country Club prior to my tea time on Tuesday morning.
That's how you
Guaranteed.
do it. That's how you do it.
$44.
Commercial for them, too.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to ship them home that way, too. $44. And I don't have to listen to my wife going, you're not going to do it.
Does she listen to your show?
No, thank God.
Where are you sleeping tonight? We got a couch at the house.
Or he would have cleaned that up a long time ago.
That's right. Try it. Check them out. It's golfovernight.com. They can do it for you, too, for $44 each way. It's a great deal. We're going to have one more time together, and we will be right back. Don't you move.